You see, this week is going to start with you worrying about some kind of possessions of yours, you know. This is how this week is going to start, with you worrying about things that belong to you, and with you worrying about certain possessions. And you've been worrying about this for quite a long time now. You've been worrying about this for the last 10 months in particular. So there is something that belongs to you, there is something that means to you so much, but you need to work on it. You need to come up with some kind of plan, and you need to come up with some kind of solution. How exactly are you going to protect this? And I need to let you know this. This is absolutely not a bad message whatsoever. This is not a bad information, my gorgeous Aries, whatsoever, okay? This is actually a really good moment in time, because it's going to help you to reflect, and these feelings and these vibrations that are going to bring you down just for a second, just a little bit, are going to actually help you to reconnect with yourself and to pay attention to something that you've maybe kind of neglected and left just a little bit behind. And you need to put this as a priority, as a number one priority at this moment in your life. And you know, do not be distracted, because there is so much of a mind-blowing news that you're going to hear on the outside world, nothing to do with you, but this is all going to keep on contributing towards you worrying about something, and towards you becoming a little bit scared and a little bit uncertain about yourself and about your future. But you have to ignore this. This is very important for you to understand that this is part of the challenge. Now you have to put yourself as a priority, as a number one, and regardless of what is actually happening on the outside or what is going on around you, this is something that you can do really successfully, because you are going to come on top of this. Indeed, in fact, in as little as 27 days, in exactly 27 days from now on, my gorgeous Aries, this situation is going to be resolved. So this is actually a really good sign for you to understand what do you need to pay attention to, because if you don't pay attention to this, no one else can do this for you. No one else can do this instead. It can only come from you, and it's to do with something that you've been keeping, keep on kind of living behind, living aside, and it's also to do with you waiting for a perfect moment. I want to say to you, it's not a good to wait for a perfect moment. It's most of the time in life, it's about us showing up, and it's about us making a necessary step. It's about us making bold moves. It's about us being brave and being strong. And even if we don't sleep, for a week, and you have such an important meeting to attend and things like that, you still have to attend that meeting. No one is going to care that you didn't sleep in a whole week. Do you know what I mean? So this is why I'm trying to explain. So it's more about you attending to things and showing yourself, showing your gorgeous face, my beautiful Aries, rather than anything else. So as soon as you become aware of this, you needing to protect something that belongs to you, this is not a bad thing. This is actually a really good sign. But at the same time, you need to understand that you are going to need to have a little bit of break. Okay, because you are going to need to recharge yourself. So this is what you need to do. So as soon as you become kind of worried about your possessions, but this is not something that is going to manifest out of the blue. This was on your mind for a while. So as soon as you become kind of worried about it, then at the same time, this is your sign to actually just take a little break and recharge. Do something for yourself. Do something good for yourself. Maybe you want to kind of walk within the forest. Maybe you want to kind of buy something nice for yourself. Maybe you're going to be able to take a little break and recharge, literally. This would be absolutely remarkable. This would be so important to try to find out how on earth, but how you can actually take a break at a time when it seems kind of completely impossible for you. But you must not let that put you off again. So you are going to kind of need to understand to take a little break, because this is important when it comes to you recharging yourself. This break can be only one day. It can be a couple of days, it can be 3 days, but just do something very special for yourself that is going to make you feel good about yourself, so you can elevate a little bit, and that is going to recharge you but it's also going to bring so much of a mental clarity that you need at this stage in your life, because that in itself, it's really going to help you to reconnect with yourself. And very shortly after that little break, you will have a complete mental clarity and you will know exactly what to do. And that is also going to involve you making a very important step that you wouldn't normally make, but that important step that you are going to make, it's also going to come from deep within. Because pretty much so in all this, your spiritual purpose, your soul purpose is going to be highlighted as well. So this is also going to be just one more step that you're going to pave towards some kind of a dream of yours. But this in itself, it's important for you to understand. So after you have that a little bit of break, not only you're going to realize what's important and what's not important, you're also going to realize that very slowly but surely, the certain priorities in your life are changing, okay? And this is an important part, an important bit as well. And that in itself, it's going to also kind of help you to come up with a plan. Now you're going to go into this planning mode, and I like it so much, because at the same time, that plan that you're going to have, this is also going to be like the part of the rather clear direction in your life at this moment in time you should actually follow. And also, when you start thinking about a plan, you're going to start planning, you're going to go into this planning mode. At the same time, you are, on one hand, going to become aware of a change coming in your life, but at the same time, you will know that you're going to need to make an important readjustment. And this readjustment is again going to come in the form of a very good, like kind of a positive sacrifice, because it's to do with something that really came to an end in your life anyway, but you just have to be honest with yourself. And this is all going to lead towards you really wanting more out of life now suddenly. And this is brilliant, because at the same time, this means that you are now suddenly going to become bored with this, bored with that. There's so many elements that are going to become like obvious to you that you've been unhappy with and bored for such a long time. And this is all going to contribute towards you like really wanting to move on and wanting to have more out of life, regardless what's happening on the outside, regardless what are you going to hear. You must not let any kind of things on the outside to distract you, because I know for the fact that you are going to be shocked when you hear some kind of news or something. You're just going to be shocked, but then at the same time, it's like more about confirmation. You're not going to be shocked because what you're going to hear like in particular, but you're more going to be shocked with like the actual confirmation, what was like maybe on your mind. This is going to be confirmed, and there is not going to be on the left, there is not going to be on the right, there is not going to be up or down. It's just basically that. It is going to be such a strong and powerful confirmation about things that have been on your mind quite a lot, maybe dark a little bit, but nothing to do with your life. It's more to do with something on the outside that you are, that it's going to become the part of your attention as well. So this is going to kind of shock you a little bit, but you must not let that to take the better of you whatsoever. And also, my gorgeous Aries, when it comes to the beginning of this week, this is brilliant. Let me tell you something. If you do what you love, if you do what you are passionate about, if you put your energy towards it, you are gonna be rewarded like never, ever, ever before. Okay, so this is what I want you to understand, that by doing, your energy is gonna be very strong and powerful. And it's actually not only at the beginning of this week, but it's gonna start from the beginning of this week right until the end of this week. Of course, every single time when we do something what we love, we express ourselves in a completely different way. This is because our vibration is rising, our spirit is rising to the levels that are very unique and very sacred to us. So very often we find ourselves anyway, but this week is going to be very much so very, very special, because your power to manifest and your power to shine, it's going to be mind-blowing, which means that you are going to be noticed. You are going to be noticed. You are are going to be noticed by those people that you want to be noticed by. And even if you are in a one little room just by yourself, my gorgeous Aries, like doing things, painting or whatever you do, you know what I mean, just by yourself, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be noticed. No, baby, no. I'm not saying necessarily there are going to be 100 people around you like staring at you and like waiting for you to do something. Oh yeah, he's amazing, she's amazing, oh yeah, baby. No, baby, no. No, 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 no. This is more complex than that, okay? It's more about the vibration and energy that you are going to be creating by doing what you love. The more energy you put towards those things that you do, what you love, the more like kind of like a mind-blowing outcome you're actually going to have. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. It's not about people watching you. You can be right by yourself all week by doing something what you love, and trust me, oh my God, it's gonna be such a wicked opportunity in exactly after the 22nd of January. This reading is in between the 16th and the 22nd of January 2023. So exactly from the 22nd of January onwards, count 37 days. From the 22nd of January onwards, count 37 days, and you will be recognized for the highest quality of your work, but especially when it comes to you being as creative as possible. So this is what something that you need to understand, because you will know exactly what is about to bring you a mind-blowing and absolutely excellent reputation. It's like, oh my God. By the time you get to the midweek, like, oh my Lord, just at around the midweek, especially when it comes to the actual 18th and the 19th of January. On the 18th and the 19th of January, the very first thing in the morning, I need to pay attention. You need to pay attention to what is going to be on your mind within these 2 days in the morning. There is something, there are two different things on 2 different days that are going to be on your mind as soon as you open your eyes. And I told you this so many times. When we sleep, we have astral projections every night, but we don't remember this necessarily. We dream every night, but we don't remember this necessarily. But the way this come to us is still, as soon as we open our eyes, those moments are very special and very unique, because it's all a kind of compacted, you know, everything that we've been through, like the night before, for example, dreams that we had, or astral projections that we may have, everything is like kind of compacted in one particular word, which could be just like, within these 2 days, each day it's going to give you, like each morning, it's going to give a different word, which is going to be on your mind in the morning. And even if you have like shop, I need to go to the shop and buy coffee, that's exactly what you need to do. Get up, go to the get ready, go to the shop and buy coffee. It's not about you going to the shop and buying the actual coffee, but what is actually going to happen to you. There is some kind of like almost as a mini adventure that you're gonna have on both days. So it's all about following that kind of a vibration and that really pretty much sort of sacred guidance, and see where this is going to take you. Because both days, by the end of both days, you're gonna realize something so big about yourself and about your life and about the people in your life that are gonna start changing slowly but surely every single aspect of your life. You are gonna be inspired as well. There are a couple of inspirations that you're also going to have by the end of those 2 days that you've never kind of thought about before as well. So this is something I need you to remember. And also, my gorgeous Aries, when it comes to the midweek, someone who is so beautiful in your life, someone who is so gorgeous in your life, you're gonna have a beautiful conversation with someone who whether this is your partner, husband, wife, whether this is your family member, whether this is an amazing friend, but it's just someone who you just really love, and that person love you as well. So this could be a family member, or it could be like a really great friend, or it could be like a partner, wife or husband, but someone who you really understand. There is such an important conversation that you're going to have, and this is just going to be completely out of the blue. You're going to meet up with that person, or you're going to sit down and have a coffee or whatever, and you know, it's like if it's your partner, you're just gonna have a like conversation, and then the conversation is gonna start about something like completely different, and it's gonna literally end up on something absolutely completely different. Through that conversation, you're actually going to realize something so special about yourself, something so significant about yourself. That beautiful person is going to elevate you so much, and they're going to point some kind of a gift that you have, and they're going to kind of point some kind of idea that you had like not that long ago, but you haven't done anything about that particular idea, and now you're going to realize, you know what, like that's exactly what, like I don't know, why didn't I do anything about it? So that particular person is going to point out something about you that you forgot, or something that you haven't been as active about, some kind of idea that you had but you didn't do anything about it, and this is going to kind of revive that particular idea again, and then suddenly you are going to feel completely different vibration, because it's happening at a time when it's such a spiritual week. And that in itself is gonna really kind of like, it's gonna rejuvenate you, it's gonna like really pump you up so nicely, and you are gonna decide to kind of like really manifest certain goal. You know, it's time for you to kind of take this goal on and to manifest this into reality. So it's about a specific goal that you will want to become the actual reality here. So this is so important, because trust me, you are just by thinking about it so optimistically, you are going to start the process of manifestation as well, like straight away. So oh my god, so someone really specific in your life, it's really going to play a giant role, where you're going to realize, you know what, now it's time to take to turn, you know, that, you know, goal into reality. This is absolutely brilliant, and this is going to make you feel like a little bit of like this is going to make you feel like a little bit indecisive. But when it comes to the actual indecisiveness right now, just think about your future, think about how you want your future to be, think about what you want to achieve in your life, think about your ultimate dream. This is going to lead towards an ultimate dream when it comes to your future. And this in itself, this goal, you know, that I'm talking about right now, listen to me, this is going to be so obvious. What am I talking about? And this goal in itself, it's actually going to manifest itself. I will tell you how long it's going to take for this. So now we are January 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So in November 2023, by the end of November 2023, your life is going to be completely different. By the end of November 2023, you're going to be living your life in a completely different way, and I mean this in the best possible way. You will be able to do what you are not able to do now. You're going to be so much happier, and you are, for the love of God, you're going to be enjoying the fruits of your labor. And this is something that I really want you to understand. And also when it comes to the midweek, my gorgeous Aries, it's basically you also need to kind of you're gonna realize that you are stronger than you knew. Okay, just trust me on this. Yeah, at the beginning of this week, you're gonna realize that you are way more powerful than you could have possibly imagined, and you will know why exactly, because you are gonna be dealing with a specific situation that is just gonna come to you completely out of the blue, and it's not gonna be nice. It's gonna require from you to kind of make an important decision, and normally this would put you off, and it would make you feel really scared, but now you are just going to make such a decision where you're going to realize how powerful you actually are, and you're also going to realize what have brought you to this moment in time. What exactly have you been through over the last 2 or 3 years? There is something that is going to be on your mind that you will not repeat again. You will not want to repeat again. So some kind of repeated error, it's going to you're going to worry about some kind of repeated error, but this is all going to contribute towards you trusting yourself to the point where you're going to do something that, you know, the certain step that you would never do. And this can only come and happen through you spiritually growing so much and realizing, you know, you're going to be reminded of a very, very specific lesson in your life. And this is always a really good sign of your personal growth, my gorgeous Aries, indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, I mean, this is like, okay, so now by the time you get to the last part of this week, you are gonna really be able to recognize, you're gonna be able to recognize a dishonesty. You're gonna be able to recognize dishonest people. You're gonna be able to recognize people who are having a really strange energy and strange vibration, and this is really going to start getting on your nerves. It's something that you were able to recognize before, but now you're gonna feel that on a completely different angle, and this is going to be a specific sign that you are going to become aware of some kind of lies and some kind of people who are completely dishonest. But then again, it's nothing to do, this is not to do with your personal life again. It is just like you, let's say, like looking at the situation on the outside or hearing something again on the outside. And I know I'm talking about this quite a lot, about hearing things on the outside, but you must not let the negativity to take over your life. And the negativity has been taking over people's lives to the point where they can't be happy anymore, because they are like anxious, like constantly at the back of their minds, because their plans have been tampered with, and there is so much that is happening and going on around, and it has been happening for the last few years, that it has been affecting people without people realizing that they've been affected as such. So this is something that you're going to need to really snap out of. So when I say that you're going to be able to recognize the certain dishonesty and people being really horrible, people being really nasty, it's some kind of double dealing, some kind of like a people like just like it's so much nonsense, this is going to be brilliant for you again, because there is also a new element that you're going to become fully aware of at the end of this week as well. There is something else that you didn't know that you're going to become aware of, and this is going to be amazing, because at the same time this is going to confirm something to you, but then on another hand you will be able to somehow understand through this situation that you've got absolutely everything you possibly need in order to move on with your life at the time when you didn't think that this is actually going to be happening whatsoever. You just need to understand that there is going to be very interesting sign that you are going to have, which is going to give you a really nice indication of like you needing to be patient and this time in your life. But at the same time, this sign that you are going to have at around the end of the week, it's going to kind of really make you like to be like really honest with yourself, here, because at the same time, you will see that a certain maybe lifestyle like that you live, for example, slowly but surely came to an end. And this is also not a bad thing, but it's also like just a great sign that you just have been through so much over the last few years. So this is all like the part of your natural progression as well. So there is some kind of like a lifestyle that is slowly but surely coming to an end, but then at the same time this is actually quite good, because karmically something is coming to an end, and this is indeed going to reflect on the looking at the bigger picture, especially when it comes to your home and when it comes to your immediate environment, because you are going to make an absolutely enormous decision. But these are only the beginnings of this enormous decision that you're actually going to make, and this enormous decision, it's going to be connected to your home. You're doing a massive change, whether this is moving, changing places, or whether you're just like renovating your place, but it's just going to be the decision that you're going to make. And this is all going to be direct progress, the outcome of everything I've actually mentioned so far. And also, my gorgeous Aries, when it comes to the end of this week, you are really kind of you're gonna realize that there's specific things about your past that you're gonna kind of need to review with compassion and forgiveness. Just remember this, that the specific parts of your past that you are gonna need to review with the actual compassion and forgiveness. And that also kind of means that there is someone that it's gonna be on your mind from your past. Suddenly this is gonna, I know you're gonna hate this, this, but at around the end of the week, of course, it has to happen, a bit of a challenge, that someone who has hurt you in the past, somebody who has done something to you really negative, this is the little bit that you need to go over. So you need to cut that person out of your life. Suddenly, someone who has done something negative to you in your past, you're going to be reminded by, like, their name, it's going to be on your head, their name is going to be in your head. Suddenly you're going to feel like completely out of the blue, you're going to be reminded of that person, or you're going to see something that is going to remind you of that person. You're going to be like, oh, that bastard, or something like that. And just remember, oh my God, I know it's easy for me to say because I don't know exactly what they did to you, because I know that they did something to you. Otherwise you wouldn't feel like this in the first place. But for the love of God, just try to release that person, try to forgive and forget. It's not about them, but it's about you. Because otherwise, if you don't do this, there's other things that are going to be, other aspects that are going to be slowed down in your life, because it means that you're not honest with yourself, you're not honest with your spirit, and you're not learning anything out of that situation by holding the grudges down. So you are going to release yourself, and you're going to be able to move on. So please try to remember this, okay? You know, by the end of this week, you are going to have such enormous clarity on your life purpose, my gorgeous Aries. In your spirit, you know, in your soul, you will know exactly what to do, because now, my babies, this is the actual time to head in a new direction indeed. So now, my gorgeous Aries, I'm going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. What is going to be a tarot card of the week is, oh my Lord, you see this, you are about to make such a brave and powerful move. You are going to make an extremely powerful move when it comes to this week, and this is literally going to change your life forever in the best possible way. This bold and brave and powerful move you're going to make, it's going to make you extremely successful. It's going to make you feel really, really happy, but it's also going to make you aware and realize what was missing in your life for such a long time. You will know what bold and powerful and brave move I'm talking about, because normally you wouldn't even dare to kind of do something like this, but now you will be able to do this with such an ease. Not only this is going to be the right thing for you to do, but also at the same time, this is going to make you feel extremely proud of yourself and extremely excited about your future as well, because suddenly after that moment in time, you will be able to feel things so vividly, especially when it comes to your near future. There is so much that is going to start happening to you in terms of you becoming opening up, you know, in terms of you like opening up, you know, to your own spirituality. And this in itself, it's going to be a turning point when you will know which brave move I'm talking about. You will know which brave move I'm talking about, because this is instantly going to elevate you, but also it's just going to give you so much to look forward to. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.